Hello everybody, Jose live from Recruitment Academy. If you are watching this video, you are probably interested in LinkedIn, and maybe you also think that LinkedIn is really powerful tool. I really spent a lot of time of LinkedIn over the past maybe 14 years, and I can say I built some success on it, regardless it was recruitment, sales, marketing, and so on. In this quick video, I would like to show you 5 tips which maybe you didn't know about. 5 features. Some of them are presented on LinkedIn for long years, but maybe you didn't know about them. So the tip number 1, how to comment a post with a name of your company. If you are administrator of some LinkedIn company page, you know that when you open the LinkedIn company page, let me just share my screen here. Now I will get you a little bit to infinitive loop. So this is, for example, a Recruitment Academy company page. Of course, when you see the posts, you can comment on those posts with a name of your company. That's quite usual. Even if your company is being tagged somewhere in some other post, you can do the same. But maybe you would like to comment on any of your random personal posts, or maybe of the posts of some other people. So when I open here, for example, my post, I open here the section comment. Of course, now I'm commenting this post as me, as Jose Carlets, but I would like to comment this post with the name of the company for various reasons. Maybe sometimes even your marketing, for example, or your recruitment is more likely interested in commenting on those posts with the name of the brand, with the name of the company. So how to do that? First, you need to be administrator of some LinkedIn company page. Otherwise, it's not possible for you to do that, of course, yeah, because otherwise I would be able to comment on any other on any post with the name of any company, which of course it would be quite awkward and not secure. So first, you need to be the administrator of some of the LinkedIn page, like for example here, Recruitment Academy. When you open your page as administrator, in the URL here on the top, in the URL, you see the link, and there is some kind of a number. That number is actually the ID of the LinkedIn company, how it's presented on LinkedIn. Yeah, so this number represents, in this case, Recruitment Academy LinkedIn company page on LinkedIn. So here, with this, you can actually take it and let me just check. I will go back to the post. So here I'm with the post. I take the link of the post, copy link to post. Let me open the post in a separate window like that. And now what you need to do is you need to know this this phrase, which is this exclamation mark, actor company ID equal the number. Actually, it's case sensitive, so it must be really like it is here, actor and then company with capital C and then ID with capital I. If you take it, so you need to have this string, you put the string at the end of the link with the link to the post, and then it follows by the number, which is the ID of, in this case, Recruitment Academy. Yeah, when I hit enter, what actually is going to change is the logo here in the comment section, which actually means that now I'm able to comment on this particular post with the name of the company, with the name of Recruitment Academy. So that was the tip number 1. Don't forget that you need to have this question mark, actor company ID equals, and that's equals to the ID of the company. You need to know this, so just write it down somewhere, take a screenshot. You can actually this video is being recorded, so you can watch it later if necessary as well. So tip number 2 is carousel. Carousel is actually a post where you can have like more pictures next to each other and you can browse them like from left to right. But normally this format, if you know this format from LinkedIn, you probably know it from paid company posts, because it was possible. The only way how to post this kind of post was to post it as a promoted post. Now, actually, it's possible to do that as a non-promoted post, but also it's possible to do that to your personal post. So what you can actually do is that you need to use some kind of software for that. It's not possible to do that natively. LinkedIn, as you can see on LinkedIn, when you open the main homepage when you open the LinkedIn homepage, what you can do is start a post. You can put here a picture, maybe collage of the pictures, maybe a video, maybe a document. Cool. You can put their article, but there is no carousel here. Yeah. But what you can use is Contentino. Contentino.com. It's actually a service provided by our neighbors from Slovakia, and this software is, if you work as maybe digital marketing expert, you maybe support and maintain some of the social profiles for your clients. This is the service, cloud service, where you can actually schedule a post. You can multi-post. So as you can see, I can choose that I can post to various different Facebook sites, LinkedIn sites, Instagram, Twitter as well. In this case, I'm going to choose my personal one because that's what we want to do. We want to have the carousel on our personal profile. That's actually the tricky thing about it. Here, we will start a new post. And in the new post, you can click here, carousel. Yeah. Sorry, now you cannot see it. Now you can see it. So I'm here in Contentino. I clicked on my LinkedIn profile and I got to this. I clicked on carousel, and this is the Contentino scheduler where I can actually now schedule a carousel. So I can take, for example, LinkedIn Summit 2020.com website. I can take it like that, and I want to create a carousel which will be linked actually to this LinkedIn conference, which is going to happen on 14th of September. So I go back here, I click here the link, submit URL. Now it depends if there is actually some picture on the website. In this case, there is none, so there is no picture, but the trick and the beauty about carousel is that I'm going actually to put there some pictures. Here in this case, I just choose some, like, let's say random pictures from maybe some training or whatever it is. So I uploaded other 3 pictures there, and now, as you can see, we are creating carousel. Yeah. So I can put there even more. All of those pictures are linked to a one link, one URL. You cannot represent like each of the pictures with a separate link. It's not possible. Yeah. And now you can schedule the date. So for example, I can schedule it for tomorrow at 9, and it will be provided there by Contentino automatically, and it will be there. So if you want to see, usually maybe from the companies like Porsche and so on, time to time you see these company posts, these company carousels, sometimes quite creative, that for example the car is over the more pictures, creating like one picture, but it's one picture over more pictures and so on. So this is actually what you can do with this carousel on your own LinkedIn profile as well. But you need to use, for example, Contentino.com service for that. Number 3 is a message to a people who you are normally not supposed to send a message. So we know that when you want to send a message to someone on LinkedIn, you are usually have to be connected with that person. Okay, so but it's not completely true. So when I show you, I go back here. Let me, I maybe did some in advance here. I did some search. It really doesn't matter. I put here Java. I was IT recruiter back then, so I have still quite a lot of people from this community in my network. And let me open, for example, Richard here. And as you can see, Richard is 2nd degree. He's 2nd degree. So I'm provided with the functionality to connect. When you click more, I'm provided actually with a functionality message. But what this message means, this message actually means that I have to have a paid, let's say, paid profile, which, as you can see, it provided me with a chance to sign into Talent Solutions, which is a paid profile. So with this message, don't be confused, but this message is actually in mail. In the past, it was clearly divided that there was Connect, there was in-mail. LinkedIn is playing more with the UI, with the UX, so they now change it to message, but it's not really true. It's maybe possible when you have some credits. Maybe you have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, maybe you have LinkedIn, for example, LinkedIn Recruiter. In that case, you can actually use it, but otherwise you cannot. But still, I know that I'm able to send a free message to this Richard here. Why is it possible? Because when you check highlights, in highlights, there are things you have in common with a person. So we have 10 mutual connections, but we have also one mutual group. And that's the important thing. If you share a group with someone, you are able to send the message to the person, or mutually, you are able to exchange a free LinkedIn messages. So when I, for example, let me take this like Command C, Control C, if you are on Windows, name of the person, and just open the group Java developers. So Java developers is the group I'm a member of, and Richard is member of as well. You can see that it's heavy group, over 400,000 members. When you click see all, you get into it. And when you click Command or Control V, depending if you have Mac or Windows, we got to Richard. And as you can see, here's the message. And the message is now being allowed. So I'm able to send a message to Richard, and it looks like a normal message. So as you can see, even if LinkedIn claims that you are not able to send a message to this person, otherwise that you would pay and 1 credit would be deducted from your in-mail account, we are actually able to do that. By the way, those credits on LinkedIn, they are being recuperated. So if you have a paid account, you have maybe Sales Navigator, you have 20 credits per month. It actually means that for every successfully received and replied, that's important, replied message, you get that 1 credit back. So even if you have 20 credits, you can actually send more, but that's other thing. So that was number 3. Number 4 is, guess what? Is actually this, which is LinkedIn Live. If you are watching this video on LinkedIn. LinkedIn Live, it's still a new thing. I don't know, to be honest, in the Czech Republic, I don't know any other person actually using LinkedIn Live. I know Jan Milfight who's using that, but otherwise I don't know anybody else. Maybe the reason is that people, they don't know about it, because of course it was presented somewhere in press releases and so on, but maybe they don't know about it. The second thing is that you need to actually ask for it. Yeah. So if you want to use LinkedIn Live, you need to actually ask for it. So when you put, for example, LinkedIn Live into Google, just click, I think it's not the first one. I think the better one is this broadcast with LinkedIn Live feature. When you click on that, you get here. And when you click the application here, you need to fill in a form. You need to fill in this form. And maybe then you can expect that in 1 month, maybe, if you have no connections in LinkedIn, which is a Microsoft now, like for example, Jan Milfight does, because he's a former chairman for Microsoft Europe. So he was actually approved within maybe 2 days. You will be waiting 2-4 weeks, something like that, and then you may be approved. You can actually do this as your personal LinkedIn account, or you can do that for company as well. Currently, for example, I'm allowed to do that, and for example, Recruitment Academy website on LinkedIn is allowed to do that as well. So that might be the reason number 2. The reason number 3 is that this LinkedIn Live is not that simple as, for example, live on YouTube or Instagram, or especially Facebook, where you can actually take your mobile phone, I can hit live, and I can be live on Facebook. It's not that simple here, because you need to have some kind of RTMP encoder, which is simply some kind of service, usually a desktop application or cloud service you need to use for that. So as you can see, LinkedIn is giving you some hints. You can use Wirecast, you can use Social Life, Switcher Studio, StreamYard, Easy Life, Brand Life Producer, and so on. Yeah, you can also use that was one of the first tools I used, and it's called StreamYard. Actually, Restream.io. StreamYard is the tool I'm using right now. So what you can see here, and especially because I don't use two displays right now, so when I click to the sharing, as you can see this infinitive loop, you can see actually here, you can see the Restream service. Yeah. So with Restream, you can do LinkedIn Live, but you can also do some kind of multi-stream. So this video is at the same time being streamed to YouTube, to Facebook as well. It can be streamed into LinkedIn event, by the way. It can be streamed to LinkedIn company page. It can be streamed into LinkedIn group, Facebook page, and so on. So Twitch as well. If you are a fan of Twitch or doing some things on Twitch, it's possible to do that as well. So as you can see, a lot of things which, of course, people might not be able to handle, and maybe that's the reason why we are not seeing that many people doing actually LinkedIn lives. There are quite some people doing Facebook lives, YouTube lives, not so many of people doing LinkedIn lives. And the point number 5 is actually, I a little bit mentioned that already. You can do LinkedIn events on LinkedIn. So when you open your LinkedIn and you are looking, for example, for, I already mentioned LinkedIn Summit 2020, Summit, I can put it here. And as you can see, it's already suggesting me what it found. And I have here LI Summit 2020. And as you can see, it's event. So it's type event. So when you click enter, as if you are, let's say, more advanced user of LinkedIn, you can see here a lot of like things where we know people. We are looking for people's profiles. We can look for jobs. Not so many people are aware of this. When they are, for example, looking for a new job, I definitely recommend to try this. You can look for content. So you are looking for actually a particular post having some keyword in it. You can look for companies, you can look for schools, groups, but as you can see, event as actually as element, as one of the elements on LinkedIn is there as well. So this is actually LinkedIn Summit 2020 event page, which has, of course, attendees. It has its own like posts. And as I said, for example, LinkedIn Live can be also done just for this particular event. I think what's because LinkedIn, when we compare LinkedIn to Facebook, of course, it's sometimes still like missing the right user interface and so on. So obviously they put their LinkedIn events, but what's missing there is a proper search for the events that you would be. The events around you, for example, would be recommended for you and so on. You can just see in the left column here the events you created or you attended, for example, and so on here. Yeah. So, for example, Live Sourcing Lab, that was my event. As you can see, 500 people actually attended this. You can include the not only the registration. Maybe it's a paid event, or maybe it's not paid event, but you need to do the registration there. But you can include also when it's, for example, a webinar, like this was a free webinar, I can include the link for joining the webinar right away. Yeah? So that's possible as well. So that was that. 5 tips. Just to sum it up, we covered how to comment any post with the name of your company. We covered how to do a picture carousel on your personal profile, non-paid. We covered how to send a message to people who are your second or third degree connections. We also covered how to do LinkedIn Live, and we also covered events on LinkedIn. If you are interested more information about LinkedIn, I definitely recommend LinkedIn Summit 2020. There will be a lot of people from various LinkedIn domains, including Miky Plichta, Petra Nuličková, Martin Hošek, Philip gets actually a certified, working for a company like a certified partner from LinkedIn, Petr Mára, Wojciech Press, and so on. So there will be a lot of people who can say anything about LinkedIn from these various domains. We will be covering sales, we will be covering recruitment, we will be covering marketing, branding. I will be covering more of, for example, automation and robotization, because as we know currently, like this crisis, Corona and so on, maybe robots will actually have more power in the sense of what you can do, for example, with LinkedIn in terms of automation. And there's quite a lot of what you can do to be more efficient and to use these things. All right, just checking briefly some questions here, because I can see the questions from various channels, including YouTube, LinkedIn, and so on. Here I can actually show it from Tamas Ivan Banki. Actually, hello Tamas. There is no one in Hungary allowed for LinkedIn Live yet. So maybe if you are in a country, I don't. Sometimes with the support, I'm kind of like bombarded by questions from different users when there is something, when there is some problem with LinkedIn and so on. I think the LinkedIn support, when you send them a question and so on, they work currently they work quite well. You will get the answer. Of course, especially when, for example, your account is blocked for some reason. Yeah, we could be talking about this for a long time. Martin Hošek also has some question here. What's my main topic there? So hello Martin. So my main topic will be actually, as I mentioned already, covering automation with LinkedIn. So maybe you are interested how to set up your own robot doing the sales development for you, doing some recruitment for you, or doing some, let's say, smaller bit of the things we do on daily basis. You are maybe sending a lot of invitations, a lot of messages, and actually there are some features missing on LinkedIn, like there is no proper chance how to send a bulk message on LinkedIn. You need to use something for that, some robot for that, and the robot will be able actually to do it for you. All right, thank you very much for the shout outs, for the tips, for the questions. And yeah, see you at LinkedIn Summit 2020. It's actually 14th of September 2020 in Cubex in Prague. This event will be held in the Czech language. So it will be actually really like event here in Prague and local speakers. So definitely looking forward to meet you there. Hopefully you like this content, and see you next time with another set of tips and tricks, maybe about LinkedIn, maybe about something else. See you.